Hmm.
Why is it nothing ever straightforward?
I do wish they would get the network stuff updated a little bit, just to make it workable. We were just commenting last week about the good old days of MCM2 and how rock solid the networking was back then, even on like dial-ups.
Yeah, it really was, man. Like I was, God, what year did that game come out?
2098, something like that.
Yeah, I remember playing that as like an early teen, and even back then it was like there was no such thing as like multiplayer issues or warping or anything like that.
Yeah, never. And we'd have 7-8 people in there, and there was never any drops.
I always remember doing like LAN parties playing that game with like, yeah, probably like 6 or 7 of us, and it was always, I can't remember the name of the map, but it was like a free ride area in the desert. And you're all just going wide open and hitting the biggest jumps and stuff, and that's when no one wanted to choose 4 strokes as well, because there was like a few 4 strokes in the game and people were like, nah, they're shit. I was one of them. So whose idea? Yeah, so we're live, by the way. We are live. So yeah, Fast Fridays, the big 5k giveaway, whatever you want to call it. We actually hit 5k subs about a week ago, but yeah, circumstances, life, all that sort of shit is just delayed the stream. So here it is. We got yeah, Azdesertrat or Azdesertrat. So tracks you made. It was AK Farms, wasn't it?
AK Farms was my first track.
Yep.
Which was a recreation of a upstate New York track. I did. Well, I used to live in New Jersey, so had a lot of familiarity with the tracks in that area. Oh,
awesome.
Jeez, there goes the dogs.
and his dogs too. So they're with us. We got Bayer, Soundmod Guy, the world's fastest Scott, which is Fraz.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, we say that. And obviously TFC. He's probably not on the mic. He's gone somewhere.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, I'm back.
He's
eating your omelette.
Yeah.
Omelette domelette.
Tonight. Omelette domelette. Wonder if he's coming tonight.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Anyway. So, Rat, tell us the inspiration for Widowmaker, because obviously this track it's currently unreleased. Is that right?
Yeah, we're going to release it within the next hour, actually.
Within the next hour.
As well. Yeah, it's again. This is it's based off of a track in Spain called Cabeza Pero, and we kept the layout, but we did some heavy changes. Kind of envisioned it to be fun in MX bikes, just so it raced well.
Yeah.
The stock elevations were a little bit boring, to be honest. But yeah, and honestly, this has been a side project. So Heatwave and I have been working on this for like about a year now.
Wow.
Just off and on, going back and forth, and he's he's kind of a stickler for changes. So there was a lot of updates where we tested. I don't know how many times. We had a couple friends helping out play testing, and
yeah.
So it's nice to see it come to fruition and actually release the damn thing. To be, at this point.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And the other thing we did decide to do was kind of make it like it's a wasteland, Arizona desert kind of abandoned location.
Turn left at the dishwasher. Watch out for the meth heads. That type of deal.
Yeah, I took advantage of a add-on for Blender called Smart Weathering, which is really cool plugin that allows you to do weathering effects on models. So
that's
everything
cool.
is either rusted or worn in some way.
Yeah, the guillotines. Tell us about the guillotine. Where?
To be honest, that was a last minute thing. We had like a stock, just one of the default finish lines, and one of our buddies is like, "Yeah, you need to change that. That just does not fit the whole theme." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to do." So I had some models I had done for a completely different project, which was like a horror themed type of thing. And I said, "Well, let me just throw this in just for fun," and those guys loved it right away. So I said, "All right, we'll go with it."
And
What
then
the hell?
put a noose on the opposite side.
Yeah, the noose is good. I like the noose.
Yeah,
That was originally the finish line, honestly.
that's cool.
And then Jeff didn't like that as the finish line, so I said, "Well, I'm keeping the thing because I like it, and it actually works better at where it is because we're able to position the sun lighting so it's coming right through it when you go over that."
Yeah, I like it, man. It's cool. It does give it that sort of old school Dead Man's Gulch type vibe.
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
Yeah. No, it's cool, man. It's an awesome track. And with, like, you say, the creation behind it of you take a height map of a real track, you put it down, and then it's just like, oh, it's nothing like what I hoped it would give me, like that vibe, that feeling it would give you. So you do have to go in there and sort of crank up corners and manipulate certain bits just to give it that element of fun.
Exactly. Yeah. You need to massage it a little bit and also try to make it. We tried as much as possible not to avoid any sections becoming one-lined.
Yeah.
So there should be quite a few options that again, Heatwave was really working out to ensure that the outside line was just barely slower than the inside, so there wasn't a big penalty.
Yeah, it's always hard to find that balance in it. You know, the fast people will always find the quick line.
Yeah, exactly, and that still happens, of course, but
oh shit,
usually an option, especially if you're running side by side with someone.
Mate, I swear that all these tracks you play, the more that come out, the more have like a pit. You leave the pit and you're just like, where's the track? This one isn't too bad, to be fair. There's a couple I've downloaded though, like recently, and I've got so frustrated of just looking for the track. I just thought, right, I'm not playing this track. Then I just change it. Yeah, that's probably an attention span thing though, isn't it?
Yeah. I think you want to give sometimes the tracks. I'm guilty of the same thing.
Yeah.
Initial look and you don't like it, but sometimes you'll find a track where the more laps you run, it just kind of starts sinking in.
Yeah, it's the same with anything, isn't it? Your initial first impressions can be like, this isn't what I want, and then you warm to the idea and think, I can't believe I sort of threw this out. Like, it's just life. We're just in the instant gratification age now, aren't we? Exactly, yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Is everyone in?
Yep. So Spun says, being a desert rat, track is a breath of fresh air. Looks amazing. Congrats on the 5k. Cheers, man. Yeah, so he's a fellow desert rat like yourself, BJ, so he'll be all over
cool.
this. Yeah, he's down in I think he's down in Nevada, so I'm not sure.
Cool. Thank you for that, because those are the kind of comments. I mean, I'm not looking for that, but it is you put a lot of work into something, and it is nice to see people appreciate it. And if they really enjoy it, that's even better.
Yeah, man. Mate, make sure you I know you've said to me about this in the past. But if you do have a buy me a coffee link or PayPal link or anything, like, we'll stick it up in this video. Don't expect anyone to click it because people never do. So
No.
it's like 0.1% of the world's population that are actually that sort of way inclined, where sadly the rest of the population is just like, oh yeah, this is free, I'll take that. I think we seen it recently, didn't we, with a certain streamer saying certain things about a certain other track creator, and it all sort of went a bit sideways.
Yeah, gets a little too serious for some people.
Yeah, it really does, mate.
Again, for me, I'm just doing this for the enjoyment, and
Yeah.
I'm too damn old to get upset about that stuff, to be honest. You know, there's all kinds of criticism too. You know, this constructive's nice, but you gotta understand that there's always gonna be a few people that come in and say, that's total shit. Sorry. Which is fine. Hey.
Yeah.
I don't expect everyone to. Yeah, you don't expect everyone to love what you do. That's fine. You know.
For me,
If everyone,
it's the it's the pro rider thing. That's what makes me laugh the most. I like that one. Grown men. Yeah, I'm a pro. It's like, fucking hell.
Do you know what the definition of pro is?
No. That's cool, man. I don't ever want to be a fucking pro gamer. I think that's... yeah. Each to their own, but that's not for me. I could be a pro sleeper, or talk
Master.
shit, or just, yeah, do nothing. Be a pro lazy person. I'll happily be good at that. Yeah, man. That's the thing, you work too much life stuff going on to worry about trying to be something else outside of work.
oh, here's Heatwave calling me on the phone.
Is TFC in this track?
Heck. I don't know.
I haven't seen
I'm not
anyone.
even in it. I've had to
I really like this
re-download
track
the
there.
REMs.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Right, who we got? Tom B, Yo Dub, Flix. Yo
Hello.
Flix. Ever been to
Sorry,
Glamorous?
man, I was
Oh.
just eating my dinner.
Oh, yeah, I was just talking to you. And, like,
Sorry, mate.
yeah. Are you in the server?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I've been. I was running some laps earlier.
I want to
Just
see
going back
Fraz's bike. Where the fuck did he go? I swear he just went over it. A jump.
Test.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Check.
Hello.
1, 2.
Oh.
Are you on a cowie? You're on the cowie, ain't you, Fraz?
Yeah.
Can anybody hear me?
We
There
can
you
hear
go.
you.
Okay.
Yo, Heatwave, what's up, man?
Evening.
Just busy Friday at work as usual.
What's the time there? Like midday?
At 12:30.
Oh, okay.
And this track is a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love the fact that it's not just like symmetrical as well, like the different lines
Yeah, there's so many options.
and like the roughness as well. There's parts where the roughness is all different and it's not just like lines of braking bumps.
It's just give me that old school vibe, like that 2000 to 2005, like crusty demons vibe.
I know I said it before, but like, this has got proper like old school motocross game vibes,
Yeah.
which is cool. A lot of fun.
Mate, you said
The
that.
main thing where we're going for is fun factor, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's just those big, wide open battle tracks, isn't it? You just need some real janky AI to battle against, and it'd be like true 2001 then. Yeah, my kids were laughing at me because we were watching videos. They were asking what motocross games I used to play. So I was showing them Championship Motocross with Ricky Carmichael. And they were just laughing. And I'm like, this was sick back in the day. You have no idea. This was like cutting edge.
It was amazing. It was AAA.
It was. You even had Scotland on there as a track. Do you remember?
Was that the game you could pick like the 125, 250 or 500?
Yes.
And you had like KX, Honda and Suzuki?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
Had a really good soundtrack as well.
I love all the old school soundtracks.
Man, all games back then had a good soundtrack.
Yeah, they did. Like every genre as well. I remember like Dave Mirra BMX, Matt Hoffman BMX, the
That
Tony
was a
Hawk.
great game.
Which
Dave
one?
Mirra.
Dave Mirra, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dave Mirra was more free roam, wasn't it?
The second one was awesome on the PS2. That was when they used to put big money into games like that. It was like Acclaim, wasn't it? Do you remember that? They used to sponsor Pastrana and Activision O2 with like the Tony Hawks and Matt Hoffman's snowboarding. God, I miss those action sports. Like that whole era, it was just like so big, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, about Cool Borders. What about Cool Borders? Did you play that?
Cool board.
Oh,
Yes.
That was fun.
Oh, I can see the Cowie now. Oh, where'd he go?
We used to play that back when we loved playing X Games also back in the day.
Extreme sports game. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, Extreme Sports, yeah.
What was that on? Was that on?
PS1,
Yes.
PlayStation, yes.
I remember another
Three.
one on the Genesis. It was called California
California
Games. Fuck.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Didn't that
You
have
got
rollerblading, half pipe?
surfing, BMX.
I always remember having this game, and it was just an absolute clone of Road Rash, and it was called Skitchin'. Do you remember it?
Yeah, you're hanging on the back of cars, weren't you?
It was like Road Rash on inline roller skates.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's
Yes.
funny.
It's got a lot of objects, isn't it?
We used to love Road Rash.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
The graphics were amazing as well back then. On like Road Rash 2, I remember having on the Sega Mega Drive. I don't know why Britain changes the name of everything. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was a classic.
The best was when the guy would pull up next to you and you'd wait for the oncoming car and then boom, this side kick to the left and whammo.
The cattle prod, I mean, that was awesome.
My favourite was the chain, because it had
I
that,
was just about to say that.
and you had that like, I know it's a bit, politically incorrect, but you had that like sort of butch dyke biker chick with like short blonde hair. She was called Public Enemy #1 or something. Do you remember that? Maybe that's
I don't
just
remember
my
the
fucked up
characters too well.
imagination. Yeah. Anyway, this track is sick. We need more people on it. I suppose there will be more people on it when you release it.
Yeah, I need to do that sooner here.
So, have you guys got like a donation link or a Discord or anything that you want to like put out or for this, or
No,
you just don't care?
We're good money wise. We don't need anything.
Okay.
This is just our contribution to the community that,
Yeah, that's cool, man. Take mods, make mods. That's how it should be, isn't it?
yeah.
All right, I'm actually gonna stay on the stream, but I'm gonna jump out of the server and post the track then.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, if you want to jump back on the call, mate, you can do that. Or are you staying on the call? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll stay on the call. I'm just gonna jump
Okay.
out of the server itself
Alright.
here.
Yeah.
I'm still
you jump
no
in?
matter how many
Heatwave?
laps I've done, I cannot break that 150. I just cannot do it.
Hey,
Oh, I haven't.
BJ's got a
So,
couple 149s, but I just
149,
can't get it.
626 is my best, and that was for me. It's pretty good. I'm not the best rider.
What bike are you guys doing those fast laps on?
The CRF 250. To me, I found the 250 4-strokes. Of course, that I can't handle a 450. I think the better riders on the big bikes should have an advantage though with the couple uphill sections, speed
Yeah,
wise.
Maybe.
But I can't control the power.
Yeah, I've got a couple 150s on the 350 KTM, but
Yeah, that's a
anytime I
great
go
bike.
bigger, yeah, it's just more difficult because it's great on those uphill sections. I make up some time, but just the some of these finesse, cut across jumps that I like to do, just end up dumping it.
Paul's in the live chat. How do I get in on this? Oh. Okay, bear with me.
The zero gravity jump, we call that one.
There we go.
I might have missed this at the start, but what did each of you guys do on the track? Like, who did what?
I did the height map editing, basically the elevations, and BJ did everything else: objects, materials, textures, setting it up in the editor, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
I don't know if he told you, but
All the
this,
fun
this
stuff.
was, this was a lidar data set from, what was that called again? Cabeza something.
Oh yeah, he
We
told
did.
us. Cerveza de Barro. What's it mean? Dog head. Head of the dog.
Head of the dog.
Yeah.
Head of the dog, yeah. And it was a pretty wide track also, so it made for a better transition to what we envisioned for this.
No, that's
Yeah,
cool,
I find
man.
it. I always think, like, when people post in the forum, can someone make my local track? And then you look at it and you just think, that ain't gonna work well in MX bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's too flat, that's too small, them jumps are tiny.
Yeah. And when I brought this in and I was riding it, I was like, yeah, but of course, we have a long history of course designing, that golf course designing. That's what our, we did as a profession. So we just couldn't resist tweaking and doing things and changing it up.
Yeah.
That's the fun part, right?
It is.
Especially when you're not getting paid for it. You wanna make it something that you love.
Do what
Yeah.
you want with it, yeah.
I swear, the more laps I do, the more I am enjoying the flow. It's like you start to learn parts of the track, and then you're like, "This is sick."
Yeah. It's good to see finally some other people in here writing this, because we were at the point, after working on this for a year, just at each other's throats all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like, in the preseason or, in training camps when your own teammates, you're just been going at it and you're just ready to like maul somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it just
was
sits
fun.
on a hard drive, doesn't it? And you're like, don't
Yeah.
really.
But it is always nice when other people start playing on it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here
especially
comes
when you
somebody.
see fast, when you think, yep, I know this track inside out, and then somebody else plays it within 5 minutes, they're like 4 seconds a lap faster,
Yeah.
and you just think, how does this even work?
Yeah.
Well, the track's going to be released in any minute now, and the server will be up. I'll be streaming for another half an hour, then I'm going to shoot off, but the server will be up. The track will be available, so everyone can play it. Yeah, so BJ was telling us this was probably about a year project in total, like on and off.
Yeah, part of that is, we both, are pulling 55 hours a week at our jobs, so there's, not as much time left over as a lot of other people might have. But yeah, a lot of it's just been, we weren't happy, change it, write it, change it. So
Yeah.
I think we got something that it's also tricky trying to get something that a lot of different riders will enjoy. Like you got to have something the better riders will like, enough difficulty and challenge in it, but you have to have some things that novice riders can handle. That's why on some of these jumps where we built tabletops into them, where if you're not going to make it, you have a safety outlet of just hitting the top of a table rather than, impacting the face of a jump.
Yeah.
So there is some recovery built into this that we think will turn out well for races.
I get massive MX versus ATV type vibes, like just that like wide open, loads of lines.
And the theme.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
the
the
theme.
theme is proper MX versus ATV kind of.
I'd always love to see this game in like a modern engine, just to see what it would look like graphically and how much more like particle effects and things like that you could add, and the lighting. I think this engine's, isn't it from like 1992 or something? Is that when 93? That's when OpenGL started.
Yeah, but I think it's been updated though, isn't it? Still gets
Yeah,
updated.
but like as far as like
the actual engine wise.
yeah, I suppose that's no different really though to like Unreal 1 versus Unreal 5, is it? Well, let's be honest, this engine hasn't exactly gone through like insane technological advances, has it?
No.
Not very modern day.
No, if you said this game was from 2005, you'd be like, yeah man, graphics pretty good. Are you
I
still there,
play
Froze?
some games that old, like
Yeah.
Dave Defeat.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. We've been playing a mod. It might be a little bit... You might not be into this one, Jeff, but it was... you remember Modern Warfare 2?
What's it called?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Came out in
I think I've heard
09.
of that one.
No, it might have... because we're slightly different demographics, it might have not... It might have just skipped past your radar, but... yeah, modders have got
I
hold of
played
that.
a little bit of that. Yeah, we did play with Tim and Joe a bit. It had decent close quarters on that one.
Well, we play a modded
That's pretty much
version.
all it is, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a modded version of that, which is free. But obviously, modders get hold of it and fix all the bugs and stop the hackers, and all of a sudden, it's even better than what it was when it released. But yeah, old games can still give you that like mega satisfaction that most newer
definitely.
games just don't. You think, God, like you find out, don't you? All these new games come out, you still end up playing the old ones.
And sometimes even like, for instance, what was Flat Out? That was a game we used to love, and then they made changes, and then they came out with Wreckfest, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I still like the very first version of the game better.
Yeah, that was like Burnout, wasn't it? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever played... I think I've got Flat Out, like the first ones, but I played more Wreckfest. So, you haven't done a gate race on this yet or anything like that?
we
Just
just-
for like 3 or 4 of us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just some friends we've done it with.
Oh shit, I've got some MX Bikes keys to give away, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best way to give these away... Thing is, I've given away keys in the past. And I think out of like the 5 or 6 keys I've given away, I think there was one person that actually sort of kept playing. The rest of the people just sort of vanished and never played it.
Probably just sold it on.
Probably. Chinese key resellers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best way, if you haven't got it, if you haven't got MX Bikes, add me on Steam or hit me up on the Discord and show me that you don't own the game on Steam. And if there's more than, I've got 2 keys, so if there's more than 2 of you that hit me up, then I'll put all of your names into this randomizer thing that I use for deciding sometimes what we're going to do on a Friday night when we're about to play a game.
Yeah.
Because we're so indecisive, we're like, yeah, let's just let the randomizer choose one. Then we'll do that. So if you want an MX Bikes key, you haven't got MX Bikes, find me on Discord or add me on Steam. It's all the same as this channel name, GDUBMX, and hopefully you'll be one of the chosen ones. Yeah, and I didn't buy those keys, by the way. They're courtesy of Piboso, so you can thank him. Leave a biased positive review on Steam, because that's how it works nowadays, isn't it? Someone gives you a key, you leave a positive review even though the game's shit. Mate, we should get a race.
Anybody who hasn't played it before, you know, give it some time. When I first played this, it was way different than MX ATV and all that, because the physics are just a little more realistic.
Yeah.
I was having a hard time with it. I almost gave up on it and be just like, just stick with it. And the more you do, the more you learn it. It becomes addicting. I've found myself doing laps on this before where I've just zoned out so much where I'll have 15 laps gone. I was like, am I on lap 2? No. I've just spaced out, just ripping.
Sorry, dude, I was typing. Yeah, you do. I find that, especially when I'm talking, like, if I just get riding on this game and I'm in a conversation with someone, you're just clicking off lap after lap after lap, and you don't even realise what you're hitting or doing. It's just muscle memory. And when you start focusing on the riding again, you're slower than what you were when you weren't focused.
Yeah, you crash.
You mess up. You know, sometimes when I really want to do a great lap and I want to focus, I'll turn the sound off actually, and that helps me. And I don't know why, but just visually, I'm more into it. It's kind of like how they say your other senses make up for. Yeah. So, like, if you turn off the audio, your visual sense is sort of heightened.
I totally know exactly what you're saying. I've done that in the past where it's been super late, so I've just muted the TV or muted the speakers and just played like a racing game with no volume. And because you've got no perception of sound, you're just like, right, change gear, and you are just flying. Maybe that's how some of these quote-unquote pros are so fast. They haven't got sound.
They also use different tyres, don't they?
Oh yeah, the tyre hacks, the grip hacks.
Sorry, Fraser, mate, you're super quiet. I didn't mean to talk over you there, man.
That's okay.
So how are you, Fraser? How's things with you, man? In good old Bonnie, Scotland. Is it raining up there?
Yep.
Is it cold?
Yeah.
Wet, cold, grey.
It's cold down here, so it must be cold up there.
Cold here as well.
Yeah, it's been cold today, isn't it?
Not good. I've got my slippers on.
Considering a couple of weeks ago it was like 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, it's either too hot or too cold. There's no in between.
Yeah, not nowadays.
I've noticed with me on this track, I've gone from being like, oh, I like this section, I like this part of the track, to getting around all of it being like, oh yeah, I like this part of the track, I like this part of the track. Then you realise you've just done a lap. So you like the whole track. There's nothing about it that I'm like, oh, I hate this part of the track.
No, and it's massive as well, isn't it? So
yeah.
It's one of them that it takes a while to learn absolutely everything.
It's such a nice flow to it.
Mm.
Well, hopefully
yeah,
this
that was our philosophy, was just always in improving. You just take the thing that you like the least and try to turn it into the thing that you like the most, and you do that enough times and you end up with a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, that's a
But
great.
there were like, I mean, I could show you pictures of the track previous to this, and there are sections where it's like we've changed it, 15, 20 times drastically.
Yeah.
And then you finally just hit that one thing. You're like, well, yep, that's it. That's the one.
My hardest
Work to
bit
work.
is the guillotine downhill. Is remembering the rhythm down the hill.
Yeah, if I take it wide here, I can get into fourth. I can make the second part. But if you can't, and you're on a smaller bike, we've timed it. If you just scrub that first one, you'll be like a half a second behind if you make it big to the second landing.
Right. I try
Not
and
even a
remember.
half. It's a couple tenths, but
Yeah.
you're basically gonna peg like third, fourth gear to hit the landing or lay off scrub, and then just power over the tabletops. And I've timed. Actually, for racing, I'm gonna scrub it every time. It's just a little too much risk. But I'm sure the pro guys be doing some crazy stuff.
You just straight after that guillotine, you do that section, and it's just like non-stop action. Like, oh, that was sick.
Yeah.
Oh, that was sick. And then you get round to the noose, and you're like, Jesus, I've got this far because it is non-stop action. This is awesome. What's even more awesome is the fact that it sounds like we've got Alex Jones on our live stream, so that's even greater.
I gotta tell Jeff about that guy. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
Jeff.
funny.
Alex Jones. Do you know who he is?
No.
He's like the big. I don't even know what you call him. The right-wing conspiracy theorist. Alex Jones.
What news is it?
Oh, the guy that's like getting all those lawsuits.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's in court, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah,
We
I know
think-
that guy.
Yeah, well, we think BJ sounds exactly like him.
Oh,
He started the call and we're like, wow, this is awesome.
oh, I'm gonna have to use that from now on.
He's
We've
been on Joe
actually got a little
Rogan.
golf. We've got a little golf group that we've been meeting online with every Friday night to play golf games for. I mean, we've been doing it for, geez, how long, BJ? 20 years now?
Wow, is this
Yeah,
the
at
old
least
man
20
group?
years.
Is this what's
Yeah,
called
it
the
is.
grumpy old bastards?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah, we're like in our early 50s, but I mean, we've been doing it since we were, in our mid to late 20s.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
it's pretty amazing that we could have kept this group together doing it that consistently for that long.
We'll probably be doing the same. We're in our late 30s, so
Yeah, just keep it up, man.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Firing.
so
Incredible the age demographic in this game, isn't it?
yes, it's nuts.
Heck, just in games in general, we have friends that jump on and play games with us that are in their 70s.
Really?
Gamers,
On the other end of
it's
the
not like it used to be.
platform, I went into the unofficial Discord chat one day, and this guy in there. I'm like, "Hey, you want to race?" So we get on there. He wasn't saying anything. He finally spoke up, and I think he was 9. He's like, "I
Yeah.
don't like to talk. These people make fun of me." I'm like, that's bull, dude. Don't let them do that to you." And they were chit-chatting. He's like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "I'm probably your grandfather's age."
Yeah, it's
Yeah, well,
scary.
I play when I was playing Motocross Madness 2, I was probably about 15, something like that, and like I remember playing with guys in their 40s and 50s, and we weren't on voice chat back in them days, but
It was
Yeah,
ASL. Do you remember that? You type ASL to someone.
age, sex, location.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
They're
That
like-
game.
those guys are 70 now, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the thing. Video games have been around long enough, and they're so fun. It's a lot of a big age
And that's
difference there.
a massive thing as well. Is we're youngsters. Like, I've got a mate he's heavily into his space games, and he's 10 years older than me, and he's like, oh, he loves these space games. But now we're in a time where these space games are like so advanced, they look amazing. He's like, yeah, he's like nearly in his 50s, and like, God, I'm loving it more than ever because these graphics are like I wanted back in 1987 and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You're getting the technology now that you've always wanted, so
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the sick side of it.
Like, do you remember playing GTA, the very first one in '97, the top down?
down.
Top of the character.
Yeah, and
Lining up all the monks.
and you never even considered like 3D back then. It's just like, this game's awesome. You didn't even really question it, and then here we are.
No,
like,
back then you were like, well, when Driver came out, you're like, this is the future.
yeah,
Driver was the one.
Yeah.
just hitting circle on it, doing burnouts everywhere.
Yeah. But I remember thinking about it specifically with motocross games and thinking, I just want a game where the suspension works properly and you can flow over a lot of roughness.
Yeah.
Because back then you bounced off everything, you know. And that's this, isn't it? That's MX bikes,
Yeah.
Still the same.
which is very cool.
Did you guys ever play MX Simulator?
Yeah, right at the
think
very
I know
beginning
what.
when it
Oh.
was beta testing still.
Oh wow. What was that, like
It was-
07? Something like that?
Oh, man, it was a long time. I still have files from that. It was interesting. There was no online play or anything yet, and he was just trying to get feedback essentially. But I mean, that sim has come a long way. It's like the early versions were. I mean, it's difficult enough, but the early versions were. If you made it past 2 corners upright, you're having a blast. It was.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, but the cool thing is he did introduce the ability to do the track designs very early on. That's a lot of these games. The custom content in the community is what keeps them.
Oh
afloat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Motocross is a perfect example. You've got these AAA titles that look like $1 million, but they play like 10
Yeah.
cents. I mean, they're just
Yeah.
garbage physics-wise and stuff. And the other thing that they have lost out on is, since Reflex,
Yeah.
and that was pretty much just one person at Rainbow releasing all the design tools.
Yeah.
But that's what's kept that going for the longest time.
You know what we need in motocross, and we talk about it all the time, is the racing games. All these guys who really love it and get into it, they have their steering wheels, and there's nothing for motocross. We need a controller where you could.
Don't sell that to teens.
Oh yeah. Yeah. T's
Yeah,
made
people make
one.
their own. That's all you can do.
Yeah, he does it with VR as well, doesn't
Yeah. In fact, he hasn't played out of VR and without his homemade handlebar for
he? He is, isn't it?
years now. He only plays in VR and with his handlebar.
The
Just-
VR is
just in his
tough on the
underpants.
body, man.
It would be so intuitive. I just wish. With all of the motocross games out now, you would think that somebody would make something.
Yeah. There was for
So if you-
consoles. There's some, but they were pretty much crap.
Yeah.
Couple
you guys-
handlebar controllers.
I always remember going to the arcade and playing those like Namco like Japanese bike games where you're on like a road bike, but you'll have like in game you're on like a street bike, but you're sat on an actual like prop of a motocross bike, and you just lean side to side and turn the handlebars.
Yeah.
But even that was cool back then because it still had motion, didn't it?
Yeah, that would be next level.
Yeah. Well, there's people that have done it, but yeah, to do it on a commercial scale and actually make it, I don't know
That's
how
the
you would
problem.
do it. I don't know how you would do it.
There's a guy from GP Bikes called Double Dragon
Yeah.
CC, I think it is, and he builds. I can't remember what he calls it.
It's
he
like
builds
IE
systems.
systems or something, isn't it?
IA system or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you sit on a frame and it's got handlebars and it's got all the controls and stuff, and you can map all of that.
Yeah.
You can buy them and he custom builds them for you.
He takes him to like there's like companies that will hire him and ask him to come and build one like for demos and things like that.
Oh yeah, he went to one of the MotoGPs with it.
Did he really?
Yeah, and I think he set it up for what's the equivalent to like, you know, the governing body for that. I don't know who it is, but
Oh, is it
he set it up for them to have a look at.
Is it them?
You know, like Dorner, is it? Or...
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did. He's done quite well for himself with that thing. But again, it's one-offs, isn't it? It's one-offs. It's custom builds.
Yeah.
Not a production line thing. It's not cheap either.
So is that like sort of similar to what you guys were talking about earlier in terms of like the golf stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we've just always, you know, used the mouse, right? Or controllers. There's never been any kind of like, other than like Wii Golf where you could swing something, but yeah, I've always kind of wanted the same thing for golf games. But now with golf though, you do have simulators and you can use real clubs and
yeah, that's crazy.
Play that way, so that'd be really cool if there was something like that for this.
So is that just like on a commercial scale, or is that, could you get that? Like, could I go on eBay?
No. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Residential setups. I mean, it's pricey, but
yeah,
it's pricey. Absolutely.
Well, it's like sim racing, isn't it? People can just, it's like a bottomless hole. Like, yep, I need this.
Yeah. If you got the money, you can, you know, and the space in your house or garage, you can get one and set it up and swing away. And
that's not the type of swinging I want to be doing.
Yeah, baby.
No, I'd like
too many drinks.
I'd like a simulator. I've got what I call a rig, but it's not. It's a wheel with a handbrake and a gear stick and a stand and, you know, pedals, but not on the scale. I'd like one of those motion ones, like full on. Yeah, but like you say, it's just money, and money you don't really want to be spending on big toys like that. Well, we didn't get a race going, so yeah, we only got 4 people in the server, so that was good.
So over to this screen. Yeah.
It says that you're in, Raz.
No, because I've got, that's a weird situation. I've got 2 internets in my house. I've got like the main BT one, and then I bought this 5G Hawaii weird thing that gives me better internet in my room. When I use it, it was giving me connection timeout, so I changed it to the home one. But when I use that one, it's terrible, and it makes me slide all over the place. And
oh, weird.
Well, your bike's just sat in the server, mate. It's just sat here. Yeah.
Can I restart the server?
I can't even see it on the list.
Yeah, people are saying in the chat as well they can't find it, so...
What's the name of the server again?
It starts with?
Yeah, GDUBMX.
You know what? Do you know what's happened?
I'm not seeing it in there.
My PC, my server PC, is gone on standby.
Right, that'd be
So
why
we're
then.
not even playing with each other right now.
No, we're not even with each other.
I was going to say the server might be
Wow.
crap or something.
Probably for about an hour.
Professional.
Oh, that's funny.
I've been sitting for like 10 minutes going, why can't I find this? I don't want to say anything.
No wonder there's only 4 people in there.
A shame none of you got to see my 135 lap time.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
Yeah. That's impossible. 145, I would believe it.
No, I ain't getting close to
Maybe.
that either, to be fair.
I can maybe squeeze at 147, but that would be about it, I would imagine.
That's what we were thinking too. Maybe a high 146, 147 is going to be it, I think.
Like, huddles or a few of them, they could probably drop it down, but...
Alright, it's up. I'll turn the sleep thing off.
There we go. And it's back. Let's see if I can join this time. That's a big no. Oh, damn it. Keep getting connection timeout.
There you go. That worked.
So all you fake ass thugs out there talking about you got this and you got that, and you gonna murder this one and murder that one, talking all that bullshit. I'm gonna put it to you like this, yo. Check it out. As I commence lyrical content, now
Oh, there it is.
niggas trying to make me flip out like David Banner.
Is there a
picture in,
password?
get crashed to desktop.
No,
Yeah, same here.
there's only a password for admin.
I'll play
Yeah,
for
I
another
got
5
crashed to
minutes.
Desktop earlier.
I'm sinking in.
Yeah, I got about another 5 minutes, and I gotta go and let my dog out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to bail out because I got to get back to work.
Yeah, that's cool. Cheers for the track.
Hey, thanks for doing the live stream too. I appreciate it, and the play testing, and just chit chatting with everyone. It's a great time.
Yeah, man, we'll have to come and if you're looking for new members to initiate into your old man's group, you know, we're getting near that age now, so yeah.
Hey, I'll send out the invites. We have a Discord server, so just feel free to join in.
Yeah, man, you know me.
It gets a little
Add me to
rough.
that list.
Yeah, we like it rough, man.
We got a lot of old drunks and
Lots of fishing talk.
others.
Paul Walker.
Oh, it's
A lot of stop talking and hit your freaking shot already, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like our night. We're like, yeah, let's do this, and then it's like 2 hours of fucking about, 5 hours of enjoyment. It's just how it goes.
exactly.
Cool.
All
Well,
for a good time.
yeah, man. We'll have a good weekend. BJ, thanks for coming, mate.
All right, thanks, G-Dub. Appreciate it. Take
Yeah.
care, guys.
Take care, man.
See you later.
BJ,
Bye bye.
you throw down a 150 here.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, see you, dude.
I think Paul Walker's just arrived.
Oh, I've been here.
Oh, is he in? Are you in the Discord, Paul?
I'm in the Discord. I can't get in the darn game though.
Ah,
Well, hey man.
mate,
What's
Paul's
that?
our he's a track builder who's sort of in a coalition force with what we're doing. So you might see some new stuff coming out soon. That's what I'm saying, Paul. Don't worry.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh, he missed it. Turn. God.
I'm just
thinking.
getting waiting. What does that mean? I've got to cancel.
Waiting.
Yeah, cancel and then try again. You should get in then.
Have you guys tried the BJ set up a custom TV replay?
No, I haven't. I need to check that out actually.
It's really good. So when you want to watch other riders, you know, you get a good view.
I might just do that. I might do one lap on this 350, then do that, then do the TV cams. Okay. A server's called GDUBMX 5K giveaway. Oh.
It's kind of almost sounds like you're giving away $5,000, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've got a RTX 3090 to give away, 2 gaming PCs, 10 grand cash.
wow.
Yeah, it's all going. It's all stolen, but it's got to go. So
All
I
you
got a
gotta do is
3090 and it's so overkill for this game.
All you gotta do is what?
you just got to buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket.
£1 to enter. Oh, my friend was telling me a story the other week. So his brother-in-law seen on Facebook, it was like, buy a ticket for 99p and you could win a Ford Mustang, like a high-end Ford Mustang. And he thought, yeah, this is bullshit. So he entered it, had to put his phone number in, paid the 99p. About 4 days later, he got a phone call, and it's like, oh, it's so-and-so from whatever competitions, and your name's come up. You've won a Ford Mustang. And he's just like, yeah, whatever. Then he ends up getting, I don't know, he must have given his address out, but he ends up getting this Ford Mustang turn up in like one of those trucks. It's like like
loaded up.
yeah, like not like a low loader, but like one of those curtain siders that have cars in.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what the actual fuck? So he just said he rang the guy and was like, I didn't actually think this was real. He's like, oh no, it's real. Yeah, you've won. And he's like, well, would you be interested in buying the car back off me? And the guy's like, yeah. We'll give you 80 grand for it, or 70 grand for it, I think. So he got 70 grand off this guy for the car because the guy with the competition's already made like 400 grand from entries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
my friend won one of the comps once. They offer you, I think they offered him.
Well, this is what he did. So he
car.
bought another ticket for a chance to win 150 grand cash, and his name come up again, and he won the 150 grand. Yeah. So
What
this
the
guy's
hell?
now like fucking minted and about to buy a house.
That's when everyone goes, this is rigged, isn't it?
Yeah, gotta be on
This
it.
is mate's won twice.
Yeah, man. Won 220 grand in the space of like 2 weeks.
Incredible.
Yeah. I just did
Got
a
to
front
happen to
flip.
someone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm,
Not me, but someone.
nah, definitely not.
Yeah, it never seems to happen in your town, does it? Or to anyone you know.
No.
Well, a bloke at work, his brother won the lottery, won 17 million
Jesus.
about 10 years ago, on Christmas Day.
Ah,
Has he
Wow.
spent it all?
Yeah.
Doesn't last long though, does it? I guess. If you're dumb.
Depends what you do with it.
Mm. But he gave his brother 30 grand. That was it.
30 grand.
Yeah. Bought his mum a £1 million house and just spent it.
Wow.
And it's all gone.
Thing is, how can you live in £1 million house when you don't earn the money to sustain £1 million house?
Yeah.
Mm.
It ain't gonna last long, is it? My mate was showing me Audi RS6, brand new Audi RS6s at work the other day. Do you know how much they're going for second hand?
Yep, because I'm trying to buy one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was going to, but they're actually, the second-hand ones are more expensive than a new one.
Yes.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's probably it.
but you're like a 6 months waiting list for a new one, so it's like what you do, you wait.
ah, God.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
125, 26 grand, aren't they?
They're like 99, or between 90 and 105, 110, depending on
Jesus
what's
Christ.
brand new.
That's insane.
That is insane.
Why are they that much money?
Just because of demand. Like,
Why are
because
people
of
selling
thing
them?
in a thing with the factory, the keys, there was something wrong with the keys, so they had to basically stop making them. And like, the big backlog of orders had to get filled, so they didn't have enough cars. And then if you ordered one, it went from a couple of months to like a year, then from a year to 2 years.
Jesus.
So then all these people were just like, well, I want my car now, and then they would take their money back and buy second hand, which then drove the price up for the second hand ones.
Ah, that's why
Crazy.
all these cars, like, they're just ridiculous now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. Right, I'm gonna check out this camera mode, and it looks like we got the first person who's looking to get a free copy of MX Bike. So he was a smart one that actually listened.
I still can't get in. God damn it.
Are you on wireless, Phrase? Just to
Yeah.
you are.
It usually works fine. Like, I can get into all, but I can get into dedicated lobbies fine. Obviously, I can't get in other ones with this, but just this one, it's not letting me in for some reason.
It doesn't even say that you're like joining.
Nah, it's just as soon as I click it, it just says connecting and then connection timeout,
Yeah,
which is weird.
That's the thing. There's
yeah,
never any.
that's definitely internet issue, isn't it?
Yeah. It's only that one lobby, like I can join every other lobby fine. I joined like 3 there just to
Oh,
see.
really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Strange.
Maybe Steve's internet provider doesn't like Scottish people.
I think that's what it is.
Well, I'm with Sky, so
You still get BT and Sky broadband and that up there, Phrase.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Still the same
There's
old
Sky and
shite.
then moved to BT.
Oh, jeez.
If you got like hyper fast, I suppose you haven't got gigabit or anything
God,
like that.
no, live in the middle of nowhere. It's
Do you even get
because of
fibre
the internal
optic?
prison, they're putting fibre optic in soon, so
Right.
we're still waiting just for that. But
Oh wow.
that's why I bought that Hawaii 5G thing, because it works off. It's like your phone internet. But
Yeah.
It's like a proper hub, and it gets really good internet. But it's like it's not a locked NAT type, but it's like a weird. It doesn't let you do certain things.
Right.
So, like I can join a dedicated lobby, but I can't join a normal one. Like that kind of thing, but that's dedicated. I don't know why it's not working. It should.
Yeah, see,
I just need to switch over to my old one again.
I think the trouble is there's a lot of these routers that you get sent. They come with like these pre-defined like settings that won't allow like security things. Do you know what I mean? It won't allow you to join like peer-to-peer, but they'll let you join. Yeah, you kind of like need to figure out how to hack your router to be able to join any IP address.
The only thing is, I have had a new router, so it might be that I haven't opened the port yet. You remember what port it was?
The port for what? Scotland?
No, you used to have to open a port, didn't you, on your router? Do you still have to do that now?
Yeah, but we could join, alright?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's just a me problem.
Yeah, but if
It's
this
just
is internet, whatever make router, it's the Chinese one, isn't it? Huawei. Huawei.
Yeah. Huawei fiber.
Huawei.
How are you? How are you?
Let me just...
Yeah, see, they're probably like packed with like hacks and viruses and malware and all sorts of shit, and they.
Spyware.
If someone starts buying wigs from China and with your bank account phrase, you know, it's them.
Or is it?
God, this makes a hell of a difference on that MX-1, doesn't it?
I ain't tried it on a 250 yet.
I've just jumped on the 350 and this track feels like...
So much fun, man.
Yeah, mate.
Just throw it around. Not get a good lap time, but it's fun to ride.
Well, I'm going to have to bring this stream to an end, but yeah, if you want a free copy of MX Bikes and you haven't got a key, you haven't got the game, add me on Discord or Steam and then speak to me through direct message and you might win one. If there's only 2 of you that message me, then you're guaranteed to get a key, but who knows, because I've only got 2 keys. But yeah, I don't know when we're going to do another stream. We'll just see how things go. Hopefully there's like a massive graphical update, like he switches to a new engine, or...
See what time that was. That might have been pretty decent. A 153. Not the greatest. Yeah, it's been fun joining you guys. I gotta take off too.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to do this again, mate. Even on this track or without even streaming, we'll do something. Because it's always good, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice. Well, cheers for coming, Jeff, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Alright, you guys too.